Good morning, my family. Good morning to you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I see you all and I love you so much. And I can't even hide the fact that I'm so excited you are here. Love, Akman, thank you so much. Big Mama, I see you. I am so grateful for your love. Oh, and Judeka and Nico, thank you, thank you. Kechiken, thank you so much. Nona, my darling, thank you. Chichi Barnabas, Michael Achumba, I've missed seeing your name. Adora Chendu, Chiwe Wudegu, thank you so much. Juliet Ezirim, Oganegare, my baby. Simply Femi Adekoya, thank you. Saratu Miller. The Pen, 7. Thank you, Adeze Obiobasi, my younger sister. Precious. Nancy, my one and able personal assistant. Thank you for all you've done for me in my life. Precious, thank you for the gifts you sent. Augustine, thank you for all the tears of joy you brought me these few days. Alexander, Bamidele, Lacey, I can go on. The smooth talker. Kelechi William Wankwa, thank you. You all have made my day already. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad and I'm honored that you showed up on this Monday morning, the last Monday in the month, where I know many of us have things to tidy up, do, rush off to. Thank you for being here. I'd like us to talk about planning your year because it's one of the most repeated conversations that I know people have. And at the same time, I think if you agree with me, please write I agree in the chat. I think it brings a lot of people stress, maybe some tension as well. Usually the start of the year is supposed to be a very happy season for some people, for all of us, but I found that a number of people, not everybody, no, a number of people are tensed. They're what's the other word, they're scared, they're anxious, because it's almost like, oh, we're here again, what do I do differently? Oh, I didn't even meet this up or that up last year, so how am I sure this is going to be different or better? So I don't even want to talk about whether it is going to be better or different. I want to talk about how we can enjoy the year. Regardless of outcomes, we can enjoy the year, enjoy the process. I find that a lot of people don't really enjoy their lives, don't really enjoy their year. They just go on from day to day, and that in itself is a major challenge. It's a major challenge. And let's talk about it for a moment. So I'll be coming from the angle. Thank you. I'm seeing all your messages about what 40 looks good on me and cool, good. Thank you. My head is swelling. So I'll be talking about planning your year from the angle of enjoying your year, planning to enjoy your year. I know that there were some years in my life that I did not enjoy. And at the same time, there are many years in my life that I did enjoy. So I kind of checked what was the difference between the years I enjoyed and the years I didn't. And well, one thing stood out, and that's the one thing I really want to speak to this morning. And I'm hoping and praying that it would bring light into the life of someone, bring peace and joy into the life of someone, give you rest as you apply yourself to this one angle that some of us maybe have never even thought of before or never heard, because it's not said enough. And I'm hoping that after saying it today and you hearing it, you would also pay it forward and tell somebody else about it. That is my desire. That is my prayer today in the name of Jesus Christ. So there is a scripture that says God is able to give me all I need. Oh, well, that's how many of us quote it. He's able to grant my needs according to his riches and glory. There is another one that says God is able to do exceeding abundantly and above all that we ask or think. exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think. So now, usually, the things we ask for are the things we need. We like to ask for, when if I ask almost anybody here on the call, what can I give you? Guess where your mind usually goes to first? You go to things you need. Okay, Joyce, I need, if I say, what can I give you? Say, okay, I need money for my school fees. I need money for the children. Oh, I need, you start talking about your needs. Yet, some of the most fulfilled people in the world who are able to plan and achieve great things hardly ever plan anything worthy of note based on what they need. Remember, it says ask or think. Many times we ask for what we need, but guess what we usually think about? Who can write it in the chat? What is that thing we usually, what are the things we usually think about? We tend to think more about the things we want, not necessarily the things we need. We think a lot about the things we want. What I want, what I, oh, I, and we call it wishes. We say things like, I wish today I could just stay in bed. Guess what? That's what you want. But if I asked you, hi, Smith, please tell me what I can give to you, you will say, I need money for my wedding. You won't say to me, I need a day off. I need a day to just lie down and do nothing. Because guess what? It's not something you think you need. It's not something you have relegated to the background because it's what you want. And who cares what I want anyway? If this is making sense to you, please just, you know what to write in the chat. Just write makes sense or write MS. So we ask. He said he's able to do exceeding abundantly above what we can ask or think. He put the two because he knows that many times we don't ask the same things we think. We might think it, but not ask it because, but when we ask, we will ask what we think is mature. So when it comes to planning our year, many of us get stuck in trying to plan the things we need that don't necessarily make us happy and joyful and joyous. We relegate planning for the things we want. So I want to talk about what you want this year. What do you want? And I know somebody might struggle with it a little bit for some time. Let me quickly say it will be only for some time until you get used to owning what you want. So what do you want in 2022? I'm not asking what you need. Some people say, I need a promotion. What do you want? What do you want? And you see, God is able to do what you think. He's able to give you what you need and what you want. And usually it is the want that makes you happy, and the need just makes you tick a box. Okay, I paid the rent because I needed to. But was that the house I wanted? I want to live in a 3-bedroom apartment that has trees in the compound, and tenants are not allowed to use generators so that nobody else makes generator noise. Or I want to live in a 2-bedroom apartment that has a study. So I actually want to rent a 3-bedroom apartment where I can use 2 bedrooms to live in with my family, and I have the one in front, one other bedroom that I can convert into a study. But is that what you need? Maybe not. But that's what I want. That's what I would like to have. Have you articulated it that way, that that's what you want? You can't plan for what you've not acknowledged. Hence, that's why many of us can't plan. And many times we plan, but the plans fail because the energy to follow through with the plan is lacking. And that energy usually will come from a place of enjoyment. And that place of enjoyment usually will come from a place of wanting. In other words, desirable. What I desire, what I desire. Many times you don't desire your needs, you desire your wants. You need your needs. And if we get this, look, your year will take a turn for the better because even your prayers will change. Your peace of mind will change because you will not get hung up on your needs. You will begin to embrace your wants and own them. Why would anybody want to own 21 titles in tennis? Does he need it? No. Why was Usain Bolt the fastest man in the world? Was it because he needed it? No, it's because he wanted it. Who is the richest man in the world right now, or the richest woman? Why are they where they are? Is it because they need it? No, it's because they want it. Why does somebody have the look? He said, "I don't need." Look, let's even check the words they use. I want to industrialize Africa. So says Aliko Dangote almost 40 years ago. I want. Was it a need? Yeah, no. Does Africa need to be industrialized? Yes, but was it a need for Dangote to industrialize Africa? No, it's a want. Was it a need to have cars that are electric? Somebody might say yes, but somebody wanted to be the one to have the organization that will produce those cars, as expensive as they are, sell them shamelessly and make all the money. I simply want it. The person who invented the telephone, many of them, yes, we'll say necessity is the mother of invention. We say those things, but it is the person who wants to close that gap of necessity that makes it happen, not the person who needs to many times. Many of us need so many things in our lives, but we'll shift nothing because we don't want to create the solution. Sometimes we complain and say the people in politics, they're so bad. But guess what? Who wants to be in politics? Who wants it? It is those who are there who want it and put their hats in the ring. The rest of us need good governance, but guess what? Have no want to be a part of governing. Please, is this getting to you? Your life will never go beyond the wants that you can express with action. Needs are a dime a dozen. 1 kobo for 20 needs, 1 kobo for 12 needs, but will shift nothing. There are many masters of ceremonies, but I wanted to train other masters of ceremonies so that I can fulfill my purpose of being fruitful and multiply, replenish. I wanted to. And therefore, I created a solution to help train other MCs. I needed a job, I needed a career, but I wanted to be a speaker and face it because it's what I want. And guess what? When you start doing what you want, you just start being happy because it's what you want. How? But when last were you able to express what you want in terms of action and even words? So let's talk about a few things you might want in 2022. Let's talk about a few things you might want in 2022. What new habits or old, what habits, not even new or old, what habits do you want to exhibit in 2022? What habits? I didn't ask what habits you need. You see, that's why many of us start the New Year resolutions, which is a good thing, by the way, because God, who gave us the ability to measure time and season, didn't do it for nothing, right? He didn't do it for nothing. He did it so we could measure it. And I know we say we can't change what we can't measure. So don't fall into that trap of saying, I beg on this New Year resolution. If you're not able to check your time, you may not be able to factor in your growth. That's why we have birthdays. Like it's my 40th birthday today, so I can check where I have been these 40 years, these 5 years, these 10 years, and I can measure what I need for the next 1, 5, 10 years. We need to measure. So at the start of a new count, it's okay to evaluate and say, these are my resolutions for this new season. It's fine. In fact, it is what greatness does. Those who are preparing for the next Olympic cycle are already saying they're already preparing because they know how to measure. The Olympics come every 4 years. The African Cup of Nations come every 4 years. What do you do in the period before? We say many times Nigerians don't get a lot of medals and stuff because we don't know how to measure and make resolutions for the new season we get into. Oh, we're getting into Olympic season. Have we started planning? Have we started? What do we want? Guess what? We hear what we want by what some people say. Oh, at least we can make it. We want to make it to the quarterfinals. And guess what? When we get, we'll get it. We'll get quarterfinals. There are not many people we've heard say, we want to get the gold this year. How many times have you heard a sports minister in Nigeria or the chief of the football association or something say, we want to get the gold this year? It's not what you really hear. Because we talk about what we need. We need to make an appearance. So I'm asking you on the call this morning, what do you want in terms of habits this year? This is where you now pick a pen and begin to write, I want to meditate I want to meditate more. Let's not even get now into I want to meditate one hour every day. No, don't do that yet. What are the habits you want? I want to form the habit of listening before I speak. I want to form the habit of speaking calmly even when I am angry. But it's not a need. Is it what you want? And if it's not what you want, don't borrow from someone else. Because if you borrow from someone else, guess what? You stay stuck. If you borrow from someone, you stay stuck. If you borrow what somebody else wants, you get stuck. So what do you want? I want to form the habit of exercise. Fantastic. To write it down. So now, please don't qualify it yet. Like I want to exercise more. No, I want the habit of exercising. I want to form the habit of exercising. So write it. Then we begin to ask, what does it take to form a habit? Doing something over and over. So how much of it can I do enough to be consistent with it? Guess what? I will tell you that if you have not been exercising before, it will be one of the most difficult things in your life. Start exercising 30 minutes a day and keep it up. Your body, even your physical body, will break down, and that might discourage you from continuing because you're in too much pain. So, guess what you will do? You will start with 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You start with 5 minutes a day because I want to form a habit. I don't want to stop. So can I exercise 5 minutes every day until my body acclimatizes and I get used to it? And then maybe later move to 7 minutes. Thursday, we took a walk we were supposed to walk for 1 hour, myself and my friends, but we ended up walking for almost 1 hour, 30 minutes, a little more. And then I turned back and I said, I remember when walking 1 hour was almost like death. And guess what I did? I dropped it to walking for 5 minutes. Then I lived on NTA Road in Port Harcourt, NTA Road in Boba. So I would hold my watch and walk for 5 minutes. The moment it was 5 minutes, I'll start walking back home. So usually it was 10 minutes. Then after I increased it to walk 6 minutes, and I'm talking about weeks. This took weeks. And after a while, I made it. I still remember the first day I walked all the way to 15 minutes and I had to walk back another 15 minutes. It was like, wow, we made 30 minutes today. And I stayed there for the longest time until I acclimatized. But I'll tell you that was almost 17 years ago. Now I can walk 2 hours easy. In fact, many times I walk 2 hours easily. But I grew because I wanted it to become a lifestyle. I want to walk when I'm 75. I don't just want to walk because it's a good thing to do in 2022. I want to walk because it's a lifestyle. And guess what? So I don't beat myself up the days I walk for only 30 minutes because that's the time I have. It's now a habit. My body looks for it. So I go and look for Simone, what's her name? Leslie Simone on YouTube, and she has all sorts of walks where you can walk on one spot for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour plus in your bedroom. So I can just say, today, you know what I'm doing, Leslie? I play Leslie, and Leslie would just be saying things that make you shout, woo, yeah, and you do the walk. Oh, okay, today, oh, how much time do I have? Okay, I have this meeting. Okay, let's do a 10-minute walk today. And guess what? I walk for 10 minutes because it's what I want. And I've stuck with it all these years. I like to lift weights. I enjoy lifting weights. So I have my dumbbells, my barbells, because it's what I want. But do I need to lift weights? No. My brothers and my sisters, what do you want? What do you want? Thank you all for your birthday messages. I'm seeing them all. So what do you want? What habits do you want to form? Yes, Leslie Sanson. Yes, that's the name. Yes, that's it. I love Leslie. I follow Leslie. I walk with Leslie. And I say, come on, straighten your back. Yes, hold that belly button in. And I smile when I'm doing it. Whoosh, whoosh. Because it's what I want. So what do you want? I want to form the habit of calling my family members. Now, Joyce, have been told I'm that person who I've been told by different people, Joyce, you only think one way. Everything for you is work, 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 work. You don't call anybody. You don't. I've heard that. I've been told that by family members, by friends. So guess what? I want to call my family members more because guess what? I actually enjoy when I speak with them. So what did I now do? I set an alarm. I set a reminder on certain times of certain days. I pick one family member to call. And since I started doing it, I started forming the habits. So sometimes, even before the alarm rings, I'm like, this is my cousin. I haven't spoken with her in a while, or this, I haven't spoken with him in a while. And I just call one random person, but it's somebody I love, somebody I miss. And they're my family members, and I call them because it's what I want to do. Do I need to call them? Not really, but I want to. Because I enjoy speaking with them. So it's a habit I want to form. So now I'm getting used to it, that my body sometimes just think, hey, you've not spoken with your cousin in a while. Oh, this your brother. Oh, call. Because it's a habit I want. It's what I want. It's what I want. And, maybe we change as we get older. It wasn't something I wanted before, so I didn't care. So when they would say to me, oh, you don't call, as you talk in the past one, enter one ear, enter that one. But now it's something I want because I'm able to sit back and say, what do I really want? I want to be happy. And what are some of the things that make me happy? Talking with my family members and some of my friends. And so who are these people? Guess what? I had to even make a list of some of those friends that really make me happy so that I can have that list and know that from time to time I call this one, hey, today let me call this person. And we just gist for 2 minutes, sometimes we gist for 16 minutes. And guess what? My days change. So I want to have that habit because I know that where I'm going to in my life, I'm going to get even busier. And I don't want to be cut off from living a happy life because I am busy with work. Is this making sense to you? But if it's not what you want, don't kill yourself, because many times you go and schedule it because you think you need to do it. And then you become sad because you don't do it. And you don't do it because you don't want it. So stop scheduling just based on what you need. Somebody will say, but Joyce, where do we now strike the balance between wanting and needing? Okay, hold on, we will get there. You will mature into it, but you won't do it. And I don't want you this year being stuck and angry with yourself again for not doing the things you said you would do because you wrote based on what you needed, not based on what you wanted. And I will tell you for free, which I know you already have figured out. The world will only celebrate you when you do what you want and do it well. Who has the world ever really, truly, honestly celebrated for eating? For eating. You need to eat, yeah? You need to. But you see, the world will celebrate the person who wants to win the title for eating 7 burgers in 2 minutes. Now, that's a different kind of eating. The world will now know your name. Everybody eats because we need, but this one wants to eat 7 burgers in 2 minutes, fastest to eat, and goes to join the competition. And guess what? The world will now know that person's name because the person wanted. Are you seeing the difference? The world comes to you when you're able to own your wants. We all need light. We all need light. We all need light. But the world will celebrate the person who wants to create the light. I think the point has been made. So in 2022, what do you want? I want to sleep 7 hours a night. So now that now makes me start thinking things like, so what will I need to do to ensure that okay, so if it's 7 hours, what time do I want to wake up? I want to wake up at 5:30. Or now I can notice I need to wake up at 5:30 so that I can do this, that, and the other. Okay, so it means I would need to go to bed at this. But because I want it to be 7 hours, you see where the wants and the needs begin to align? I want to sleep for 7 hours. And it's not just because the doctor has said I need to, it's because I like it when I sleep long, that I enjoy, I like sleep. So I now adjust and say, okay, it means I need to be in bed at 11 so that I can wake up at 5:30. Oh, well, do the math. I want to eat XYZ. I want to ensure I eat my dodo once every week or twice a week. I want to form the habit of being at peace regardless of what is going on in the world per time. So now I go and start searching for what knowledge do I need to have peace whenever there's stress. So whenever there's stress or trouble in the world. So I now stumble on something called mindfulness. What does mindfulness mean? It is maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and surrounding environment through a gentle, nurturing lens. Wow, that's what mindfulness means. Maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of my thoughts, my feelings, and my bodily sensations, and my surrounding environment through gentle, nurturing lens. Meaning I become gentle with myself. Now, what is that one thing? You see, I'm mixing different conversations together. Please follow me, because they all affect each other. What is the one thing that makes a person who is alive different from a person who's dead? There's only one thing. What is the one factor that is responsible for life that people who are dead don't have? What's that? It's just one word. What is it called? If you know it, please write it. The moment you stop having it, you are no longer alive. Yeah, I know somebody's about to write it. It's just one thing. It's the only thing that keeps us different from those who are dead. Breath. Thank you. As simple as that. Breath. If I hold my nose, close my mouth for the next 5 minutes, I am no longer alive. It's breath that gives life. So when somebody has life, it means they can still breathe. The moment you stop breathing, you are no longer alive. Life is breath. So we control the gentle, nurturing lens through meditating on our breath, because breath is life. So when somebody says take deep breaths, it means take control of your life. Can you imagine that your whole life is hinged on this thing that passes through your nose and your mouth? So everybody breathe with me. So when you begin to learn to control your breath, guess what you begin to control? Your life, your whole life. So you find that when you are angry, what happens to your breath? You start breathing faster. Yes? The moment you are able to control that breath and make it a little slower, guess what happens to the anger? It becomes a bit more controlled. When you're afraid, what happens to your breath? It starts going faster. Then if you're able to stop and slow it down, what happens to the fear? It begins to reduce. Can you see how your breath controls your life? So if I say, I want to be in better control of my emotions this year, guess where I need to start? Now you see need comes up. Guess where I need to start? Somebody. My breathing. No, not my mindset. My mindset is one, but my what? My breathing. Even if I don't change my mindset, when I learn to control my breathing, I will control my output. I can be so mad, so angry, and but the moment I say, let me just control my breath, guess what? I won't be able to shout anymore. Please, if you understand what I'm saying, say I understand. If I want to really just guess what? I won't be able to shout. My voice will just calm down. I'll just say, look, people should just leave me alone because I controlled my breath. So in the habits I want to form this year, thank you, I'm seeing your responses. I am now going to learn to control my breath and my breathing. Therefore, I now need to learn how to do breathing meditation or breathing. And guess what? It's no longer a frightening thing like many of us like, how this meditation, how this. You just go to YouTube and you click on breathing for peace of mind. And somebody will say, welcome, breathe with me, go in, breathe out through your mouth, breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. Let your exhales be longer than your inhales, and that's where you find that your body is more rested. Now, let your awareness fall upon your shoulders. Feel, is there any tension in your shoulders? Now, as you breathe, imagine that your breath is going to your shoulders. How do your shoulders feel right now? They actually feel better. Before you know it, you'll fall into a habit of meditating 3 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, because you now begin to enjoy that place of calm. And you want calm. Whether you realize you needed it or not, you want calm. And the calmer you are, the happier you become. Guess what? It's easier to reinforce the habit of meditating. Because when you're now out of sorts, you'll be like, what's missing? You say, I have not meditated. I've not controlled my breath. And you want to go back to that happy place, and that's what you're just, you know what, let me take 5 minutes. You before that will never have taken 5 minutes to go and practice breathing. Now you are missing your calmness. You will create the time. Do you see how we now create time for things that would have excused away before? But now you want to be happy. You want to be calm. You want to respond to people like somebody who has sense, somebody who is wiser. You don't want to be shouting every time. So guess what? You make time to control your breath. I want to have conversations with professionals and be able to speak with them at their level. So I now ask, so what knowledge do I need? Okay, I now need to read things like The Economist or the World Economic Forum reports. And so I find that I don't find these things interesting. They don't make me happy. So guess what I do? I'm going to tell you. I call my son David, or my friend, my colleague Augustine, or Nancy, and I say to them, Nancy, come, my darling, come and read this Economist, read these 3 pages and come and tell me what you understand by it. Now, Nancy is my personal assistant. She will do what I tell her to do. So guess what? I make Nancy read The Economist. And after that, I say, come and explain to me what you read. And Nancy will say, okay, they were talking about this, that, and the other. Guess what? Do I now have the information? Yes. Did I read it? Did I have to read it by myself? No. But now, if I'm going to have a conversation with the kind of people, would I have the information to speak like an egghead? Yes. because it's what I want. I don't necessarily have to read it by myself. I just need to find the way to get the information. Now you see, necessity is the mother of invention. Necessity is the mother of invention. I invented a way to get the knowledge that I want because I was able to identify it from a place of want. But if I said to myself, I need to read the economics so guess what? I will start reading the economics. I'll find it so boring. I'll read it for only January, and by February, I'm like, I didn't kill Jesus. And my resolution is dropped. When you really want something, you have more energy to find how to get it done than when you really need something. Many of us have needed so many things for so long, but we've made no attempt to get them because we've not wanted them enough as much as we have needed them. When you want it, when you want joy, when you want freedom, when you want more money in your bank account than you can spend, your mind will begin to produce different. But when you only need, we need rent, we need this, guess what? You will only basically just reach that point of being able to pay the rent, being able to have school fees, you won't grow to having extra because you don't want extra. You need to pay bills. If this is all you take away today, guess what? You've taken a lot away, and I've had the best birthday gift that I could give you. What you want. Guess what? I wanted to be here this morning to share this with you, and so I am up. I can already tell you my phone is right here in front of me. Calls are coming in, messages are dropping, but I want to be here to share this and then enjoy the rest of the day. Yay! So what do you want? So I'm listing a few wants that you might want to consider. What habits do you want in 2022? What knowledge do you need to have? Do you want to have? Now, you see, if you're able to identify the habits, you might now be able to identify what you would want to know. Now, there are two different things. Habit is different, but I'm saying they could link to the other. What would you want to know more about this year? This year, I want to know more about what's happening in the oil and gas space. I want to know more about what's happening in the Nigerian economic space. I want to be able to have serious, powerful conversation about politics, governance. It's what I want. It's what I want. It's not what I need. It's what I want. I want to be on channels. I want to be on Arise TV and talk about critical issues in our country, but from the place of solution. I want it. So when you see me on one of those TV stations later this year, just smile and say, she wanted it, and so she made it happen. We make happen our wants more than our needs. Take it away. Go and look through your life. You will see it. You will see it. You will actually see it. That you actually focused more on the things you wanted, not the things you needed. That's why when they told you, when you were preparing for your SSC or your ICANN, and they were telling you read for 16 hours, you need to read. Guess what? You slept for 5 because you wanted to sleep. And you told yourself, don't worry, we'll read. You focused on what you wanted, not what you needed. Your children are doing it to you now. You tell them, it's time for school. Let's get ready. It's supposed to be there. But guess what? They want to still watch cartoons small. We all will give more energy to what we want, much more than what we need. It's now, how do we make our needs wanted? That's a conversation for another day. But I'm sure some of us are already beginning to make links, how to make me want what I need. Some will align. So who do you want to be with this year? Who do you want in your network this year? Who do you want to be your friend this year? That will determine a lot. Who do you want? Not who do you need? Who do you want to be your friend? And if you think about, if I really want this person to be my friend, then I will find my way to be around them so that they notice me and they want me too. Because I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with me. I want to be with somebody who can't wait to be with me, who loves me, who is around me. Right? I want that. Is this making sense to you? Who do you want to be around? I want to be with people who make me laugh. I want to be with people who I can have the same kind of conversations with. I want to be with people who are solution providers. I don't want to be with people who are nagging. guess what? Some of us are constantly surrounded by naggers, complainers. They complain about everything. But you see, we've not acknowledged the want. So that's why we're still friends with them. That's why we're still friends with them. That's why we're still always hanging around them, even though we know that when we leave them, our energy is completely drained. You've not wanted it enough. So now that you want to be around happy people, when some people come, you say, hey, hold on. Please, today, we're only going to talk about things that make us happy. If you can't talk about what makes you happy, you're good here. Now, wow. Ekene, what did they do you today? Episode, what's your own? God sent. Emmanuel, hey, what's happening? I said, please, what I want, please, what I want now. Now, person will go make me happy where I want they talk with. And you focus on that want. And guess what? You'll get it. You will get it. You get what you want, not just what you need. So who do you want to be with? Can you write the qualities of the people you want to be with? Some of us want to date this year. Some of us want to be in a romantic relationship. Can you please identify the things you want, not just the things you need? Many times you now will write what we need. I want somebody who makes good amount of money, somebody who is God-fearing, and somebody who is this needs, dry, boring. Guess what? We say, I want somebody who enjoys watching series with me because I love my series. But you see, many times people don't focus on things like that. So you get somebody who is God-fearing but hates series and is always harassing you about why you are always watching series that make you happy. You see trouble. But guess what? Many times we marry that person because we need a rock-solid, God-fearing somebody. But we forgot that we also want somebody who enjoys watching TV with us. Because TV is your thing. Well, I want somebody who enjoys reading because reading is my thing. So when the person comes around, you're like, reading. Who has time for reading? I beg. You already have a red flag. I don't think this is the person I should be with. She's already saying she doesn't have time to read. So she's God-fearing, but she's not a reader. That's a red flag right there. But you see, your red flag is different from my red flag. Your red flag is not my red flag sitting under the fire. Because you were able now to identify your want that is different from my want. We all need God-fearing people in our life, but not everybody wants somebody who likes popcorn. I want to be with somebody who likes popcorn because I eat popcorn every night. I enjoy my popcorn with I want it. So I want somebody who enjoys gisting about. I want somebody who likes to go to the village every possible holiday because I like village life. I want somebody who wants to visit other people's villages so that this year we can go to Isukwato, next year we go to Moshimini, another one we go to Ehale. Another one, we go to Biu. Another one, we go to Burning Kebi. Another one, we go to. I want somebody who wants to travel to other villages in Nigeria. So when you're interviewing, and I'm using the word intentionally, the word interview, when you are interviewing that person that you want to, do my lovey-dovey with, you're asking them, do you enjoy traveling? Say, traveling on these Nigerian roads, God forbid. No, Nigerian roads are so insecure, I will travel nowhere. And you're like, hey, wow, that's a red flag. Me that I don't mind going to Umoji. I don't mind going to Ekiti by road. I want somebody who likes to listen to Joyce Daniels. Yes. Be clear. Because you might be listening to Joyce Daniels, person like, who is that person you're always listening to? All these women that will make other angry women angry. All these women who are always doing female empowerment. I don't want you listening to such. You're already in trouble. Be clear on what you want. You need a lover, a friend, but you also want one who shares your desires too. That's where a lot of us get into trouble. We don't know how to say what we want. I want a job that will pay me this amount of money and also allow me do this. So you are also interviewing your interviewer. So many times, guess what? We just take the job, we go for the interview. At least they said they'll pay me up to 100K. Let me take it. But it's not talked about the wants. The wants. What is the work environment like? Would they allow me speak my mind? I want to work in a place where they will let me express myself. I want to work in a place where I can say, "Can you give me 5 days off?" And they will not. I was in Ehale yesterday. Ehale is just next to my village. Right? I want a work environment where myself and my colleagues can actually just get up in the middle of the day and we'll all just dance for 5 minutes and sit down and nobody will be angry with us. What do you want? So guess what? Some of you will not get work until you find that. And even when you are at the interview table, you will now start asking your interviewer, please, would I be allowed to play music? And they'll say, music? We don't play music here. You say, no, I will put it in my ear. Would I be allowed to wear my earphones because I enjoy listening to music? And they say, okay, that fits. But you see, if you didn't know what you want, you won't ask that. And then you will get the job, you will start listening to music and they say you're breaking company rules because you were not able to talk about it at the interview because then you didn't know that you could discuss your wants. Would I be able to take one day off every month? And somebody will say, why would you want to take one day off? So that day will do this and that. What I promise is that I will still deliver. Can we try it for 1 month during the probation period? And so you can see how I do on that. That way you come to the negotiation table as a negotiator, not a beggar. Many of us come to interview tables as beggars. Anything they tell you want, okay, I'll take it because you're focusing on what you need. So now there was a few weeks ago, there's a job I'm going to do soon. When they called me, I gave them a bill. I wrote what I want. I gave the bill. Next thing, one other senior of that called me, hey, madam, your money, this, that, that what made the logo? I said, oh, guys, okay. Would you have a brochure at your event? An event brochure? Yes. Oga, I would want to advertise my service in your brochure. If I reduce this money for you, will you give me my advertisement space? Okay, madam, we can do that. Okay, if I reduce this money for you, will you also give me accommodation in this particular hotel? Because that's where I like to stay. Okay, we can do that. Some of our guests are also staying there. Guess what? I got what I want. I got the brochure, I got the hotel. Of course, they'd already covered my travel, and they reduced the money, which is okay with me because I still got what I wanted. But if I was so hung up on only the need, I would get angry. What are you trying to reduce my money? I would be so angry. Guess what? I would still reduce the money, but I would do it with a pained heart. See all these wicked people. What do you want, sister? What do you want? It is only when you want you can have win-win because you can now negotiate. You win, I win. Because I get what I want, you get what you want. Ha! I know that this is making sense to you. So, what programs would I want to attend in 2022? Can you identify some of the programs you want to attend? So, write them down. I wrote for myself, I want to attend the OB. There was a hangout with President Olusegun Obasanjo at Abeokuta last weekend. Last weekend. I wanted to, so I made it happen. I want to attend. I've written some other things. I want to attend a critical thinking conference this year. So I wrote it down first because it's what I want. It's something that I want. I want to be able to think critically. It's not just a need. It's a want. It's a desire. I want somebody to speak to me about this, that, and I'm able to critically think through it, in a very pragmatic, intelligent way. So I want to attend a critical thinking conference or training. So now I write it, then I now go online and start searching for critical thinking trainings, concerts, and not concerts, conferences, conventions. You see, it is from identifying your wants, you can now start looking for who offers them, where they are, how much they cost. Then you can see how to plan for it, how to pay for it. But many times, we don't get it because we don't come from the place of what we want. I hope this has blessed you today. I hope this makes a difference for you today. What do I want to own this year? Do you know that when I wrote down the things I wanted to own this year, I was so happy with the list because I wrote my truth. and the list had just about 3 items on it. There was no house or car on the list, I tell you that already. Because what I really want in my life, I don't need Joyce sitting here. Owning a house is not my priority, it's not my desire. It's something I've been told I need. It's not what I want. What I want is the ability to live anywhere, in any city, on any day, and be able to afford it without blinking. So I don't want to own a house in Lagos and then that's my house. No, I want to be able to live in a house in Ikoyi for 1 year, and the next year I say I want to go and live in that estate in Bagada. I love those trees in that estate in Bagada. And then I go there and live for 1 year. And I want to now go and live on one hill in Enugu for 2 years and live there because I can afford it. That's what I actually truly want. I don't want to be locked in one house in Owerri because somebody says I need to own a house. The moment I was able to own my wants, some things were just leaving my list. I want to be able to go and live in Kaduna for a year because it's what I want. In me, Joyce, it's what I want. That you see this year, I'm going to live in Kaduna, and I'll just call Grace, and I say, Gracie, my love, where in Kaduna should I stay? And she said, oh, this place would be nice. Do they have trees? Do they have flowers? And I remember the last time I was in Kaduna, I saw butterflies in my hotel. Do you know when last you saw butterflies? Because many places where we live, they don't have flowers, so there are no butterflies. And I said, is that place you're mentioning, Grace, are there flowers? Do they have butterflies? And she says, yes. Okay, just look for a nice 3-bed or 2-bed house. I'll be there for just 1 year. Please talk to the landlord. I'll pay. And I'll go and live there. And from there, travel everywhere else to do my work. It's what I want. So if I don't own a house till I die, guess what? I will be so achieved because I would have lived everywhere I wanted to live and I could afford it. But I didn't tie myself to a need of owning a house in Ibejuleki. I forbid that. And I'm just speaking for myself. Please, everybody, want your wants. If you want a house, then go get it. Plan for it and get it in the next year or two or this year. But own your wants. And don't get trapped in planning only for your needs. I want my children to be able to say this whole week they're not going to school. I want to be able to keep my children at home for 2 weeks. So guess what? My children are now going to be homeschooled. I now have about 3 families who are homeschooling their children because of what they want. They want the children to know more about the Constitution, know more about this, that, and the other. We've had conversations. And so they now sat down and one of the families, we sat together and we started Googling how to homeschool your children. Guess what? These children are years ahead of their mates in primary 4 or 5. Because they were able to own what they want. I want children who can do this, do that, but the Nigerian school system will not give me. So let me look for 3 teachers who will sit with this curriculum I found online, and we sit together and we work it out and we homeschool these children for the next 6 months. And after that, if we decide that we want to send them back to school, guess what? I'm talking about families who live in Nigeria. I'm not saying Oyibo. But you see, if you don't know what you want, hey, you will die for what you need. If you spend the rest of your day and the rest of your next week, or the rest of this week, this is a Monday, if you spend the rest of this week identifying your wants, I can bet you will have one of the best years ever, because you will plan and you will stay with it, because what you want gives you energy. And it's only when you are in a good place that you are able to relax and assess and be aware of where you are by focusing on your breath and your breathing. And you can now be aware of your environment and the decisions you should take or make. It is my desire that 2022 will be the year that you do what you want and you get the results because you had the energy to follow through. The years of being hung up on our needs are gone. Somebody say hallelujah, those years are gone. I want to be elected into office. I want it. People say, Joyce, but you don't need to be a politician to get this. No, 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 no. I've gone beyond needs, baby. I want it. Angela Merkel, many of you who were at Wiser last year, you heard me talk about her from time to time. She wanted to be in a place of power because she acknowledged that it is power that helps you effect some decisions that you can never make if you don't have the power. And so she said, you know what, I'm going to get into political leadership. And she did. Guess what? I want the same. I want it. I don't need. I'm going for it. I wish you a great year. This is my 40th year. I'm entering the season of my mastery. It is my desire that you will also enter your seasons, depending on where you are this period. What is this season supposed to speak to? It is my desire that you will be so mindful of you that you can now truly connect with purpose and God who gives you life for this. And then you will stop feeling guilty and about not being present for some things that people think you need to be there or you need to be a part of. And you just say, you know what? 5 days for my wants, 2 days for my needs. You have a happier life. You'll find that you age backwards. You will sleep better. Your heart will be stronger. Your mind will be tougher because now you can fight for what you want, even when you don't get what you need. You see how some people now will do work without eating? And you say, how could you forget to eat? Because at that time, I wasn't focusing on my needs. I was focusing on my wants, and my want was to finish this thing at hand. You see where Jesus says, my work is to do is my food. When they say, where did you get food? He said, my meat, my food is to do the will of the person who sent me, because that's what I want to do. That's what I'm here for. I am here for this. So you get energy. So some people will say, where do you get all this energy from? So you hear when you begin to fall into a place of sadness, guess what leaves first? Energy. And where does energy come from? Breath. Can you see it? And most times when you are not happy, please check it. You are most likely just caught up in your needs. If we care only about what to eat and what to wear, even the Bible has said it to us several times, then we are as animals. But when we begin to want things that are higher than us, it's okay to want a first class. You don't need to graduate with a first class, but if you want it, that's fine. Go for it and get it. And we will celebrate with you. And you will hold your full chest that you go to what you wanted. It's 7:00, and so we'll say goodbye for now. Guess what I want for my birthday? I want cash, raw cash. So I'm going to post my account details. I'll post 2 account details. Whichever one you want to use it. That's what I want. I don't want any dress. The truth is, this year, I don't want dress. I don't want car. I want a car. I do want a car. I do want a car because now I need a car to get certain things done. If not in my life, car has never been on my list. It's not what I want. I want mobility. I want to be able to move around. So I'm going to post my account details right there. Because some people want to give me birthday gifts and I want to collect it. And I want to make it easy for you. I'm just going to own it and there will be no shame. Where is it? I'll put the first one. I can hear some people are singing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear JD. I can hear you. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is that correct? 003902695. Yeah, that's my GTB account. Take it. It's what I want. I want cash. That's what I want for my birthday. Should I give you a second one? No, let me give you this one. Let me leave you. Oh, no, no. So I don't confuse you. Just take this one. Just take this one and run. It's what I want. What I want. If you want to send me other things, don't worry. We'll send you address. You can deliver. But you see what I want. It's all right. May this be your year of joy and laughter, fulfillment and happiness. I'm praying for you the things I pray for myself. May this be your year of authenticity where you can really say what's in your heart and not be afraid. May this be your year to be happy. May you be able to identify the things that make you happy and stay with them. And say, I will be happy 247. The way Joyce Daniels is. Believe me, I am happy. Oh God, I am happy. I am so happy. I am so happy. People around me know it. I am really, truly happy where I am because I'm staying with what I want. May you have the confidence and the courage to stay with what you want, even when it's not popular, even when it's not understood by others. It is my desire that you will have the energy, the mindfulness, the presence to stick with your dreams, even when they seem foolish. You will achieve them and you will glorify God in heaven who gave you the ability to ask or think or imagine, because He's able to do exceeding abundantly above what you can ask or imagine, what you can fathom. He can do beyond it. He's able to supply our needs and our wants. And so this will be the year where we will stop limiting Him with what we need, but we'll allow Him shine through in our lives by asking for what we want. And He will smile and say, now you have come of age. You finally can speak your mind and say what you want. I can give it to you. I thank God for the day my friend Patience Udo opened my eyes to this. And she said, Joyce, stop limiting God with your needs. She said, He's able to also give you your wants. This was about, 5-6 years ago. Patience Udo said that to me, and that changed my life. And I began to ask for what I wanted. And my prayer is that you will ask for what you want and you will follow what you want. Because I also know that the wise person that you are, your wants will be in alignment with things that are kind and considerate to the world, things that are right. Nobody here will want to kill another person to take what is theirs. No, I know you. I already know you. You are the one who wants what will bring good to the land. May this be the year that you own it and pursue it and get it. And you know that I would rejoice with you when I hear of those testimonials. My prayer goes in the name of Jesus Christ, the one who has all power in His hand. Amen. I love you so much. I love you so much. I wish you a great day. And you know, I'm already stalling. I'm supposed to have finished 5 minutes ago, but I've been looking for ways to keep staying with you. But you see what? I gotta go now. I want to stay, but I need to go. You know me, we can start another lecture now. But we strike the balance between our wants, our needs sometimes. Mwah! Bye for now. Thank you for sharing my birthday with me.